Hi everybody, welcome back to Tiger Spreadsheet Solutions live content. Let me know how you're doing today, and if you're watching on the replay, a big welcome to you too. Just skip through the first couple of minutes because I'm going to do my usual tasks of saying hello to people and things like that. So what is it all about today? Well, the whole week, this week, we're talking about Excel VBA simulation, business simulation, really exciting stuff, really practical topic, and I've done a few projects on this year that have just delivered massive value for customers. And we're exploring this fascinating topic with the Monty Hall problem. The Monty Hall problem. And the big question in the Monty Hall problem is, should we stay with a particular choice or should we switch? Should we stay or should we switch? Particularly, imagine a game show situation. There are 3 doors, 1 with a prize, 2 with nothing. You choose a door. The host opens a different door, revealing nothing behind it. You're offered the chance to change your choice to the other door, the one that you did not choose originally and the host did not open. Should you switch or should you stay with your original choice? And then we've got Luna explaining this. So yeah, if I have a pound coin, we put it under one of 3 bowls. And then Luna turns a bowl over to reveal that the pound coin is not in that bowl, and then says, do you want to stay with your original choice or do you want to switch to the other bowl? What should we do there? And this is the Monty Hall problem. Now, this has messed with my head for years. I first came across this when I was doing my master's back in like 2009. I still can't get my head around it. The only way I can kind of begin to make sense of it is by modeling it in Excel using Excel VBA simulation. That's what we're looking at. So we'll be continuing to build the model in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, let's say hello to people who are with us today. So a big welcome to Andrew Button is with us. Andrew watching from Western Australia, I believe. So what a marvelous effort to have Andrew watching every day. Andrew is one of our Members Monday members as well. DC tuning in. So welcome DC tuning in from Missouri. Long-term support of the channel, DC. So good to have you with us as always. Deepak says, Tiger, what are you teaching? We're teaching Excel business simulation, particularly for the Monty Hall problem. We won't be doing VBA today, but we're doing a range of formulae, a really nice Excel modeling problem. Klaus is with us. Welcome, Klaus. And Liju is with us. Liju, I haven't seen you before, but you're over in India as well. So fantastic to have you with us. And I can see we've got 14 people watching with 3 likes. So big welcome to everybody. With that said, let's hop back into the model here. And I'm just picking up from what we built yesterday. So let me know in the chat. I really hope you've built the model yourself. Yesterday, yeah, we just went through some of the planning and conceptualization, an essential part of any kind of spreadsheet modeling task, to take the time to plan it. And then, yeah, we put in a few inputs here using RANDBETWEEN and a few formulae, including this fairly complex formula that calls on the engine sheet and allows us to choose between 2 alternatives according to the door selected. I won't go into too much detail on that. You can watch the previous stream, part 1, to understand all of those formulae. So we got to a situation where, yeah, if the winning door was chosen by the contestant, so in other words, if the value in column C, randomly generated, equals the value in column D, then we're going to choose, I'm going to hit the F9 key, there we go, hit the F9 key once, got the outcome I wanted. This formula is going to choose between the 2 doors that are not chosen, randomly choose one of them in a uniformly distributed way. So half the time it'll choose one, half the time it will choose the other. Welcome to Zach tuning in, and welcome to Nikki. Zach, I don't think I've seen you on the channel before, so where are you watching from? Good to have you with us, and as always, Nikki, great to see you. So if the winning door is not chosen, winning door not chosen, door opened by host. Let's get the capitalization consistent here. Okay. So yeah, if the winning door is not chosen, the door opened by the host. Okay, so what formula are we going to use to do this? I'm going to put this out to the chat. So let me know, guys, in the chat, what formula would help us do this? Well, let's try to kind of write it out. This is what I do when I'm struggling with an Excel formula. I write it down in English. So let's say, or write it down in your native language. It doesn't have to be English, of course. But what we want to do in this cell is select the door that is not displayed in these two cells. So here we have 1 and 2. That means we'd want 3 to display in this cell. Here we have 2 and 1. That also means we'd want 3 to display in this cell. Here we've got 3 and 1. That means we'd want 2 to display in this cell. So what formula is going to allow us to do that? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let's make this a bit of a team effort. A bit of a difficult one, this. And I would say yesterday we went through this with our Members Monday community. Click join below this video if you'd like to hear more about Members Monday. And yeah, we had a few different ideas for how to do this formula. No ideas coming in as yet. So let me just give you some ideas, maybe get the juices flowing. So if we said Countif is going to look at a range and tell us how many times does a particular value appear in that range. So if we say Countif, C11 to D11 and 1, what value is going to be returned? We're going to have a value of 1 there. And DC, yeah, good idea from DC. We could do this using an if formula. I think it would involve quite a few ifs though, DC, am I right? A few embedded if formulae there. The way I've managed to do it before is using Countif. So if we say with if Countif 1 equals 1, no, equals 0, then we want it to be 1, of course. Is that right? Just thinking through this. Equals 0, then yeah, we would want it to be 1. That means that 1 would appear here. Otherwise, if Countif, in fact, let's just copy this across. So we are building a fairly long formula here. Equals 0, 2. Then we'd want a 2. And then we'd want a 3. Something like that. And then 2 brackets on the end, maybe. We've missed an if here. Equals 2. If got into a bit of a mess with this one, but let's see how we're doing. Let's see if we can get this one working. Equals 1, and yeah, in fact, let's keep this simple, and let's just do something simple first. Okay. Yeah. So here we're saying 2 or 3. Let's try this. Let's simplify here. Right, there we go. Yep, so here it should be 2. So hitting the F9 key now. Yeah, that's right. So if the winning door is not chosen, so the contestant has 3, the winning door is 2, that means that 1 must be opened. Okay, so we've got the first half of the formula there. Now we're going to have to put another if statement in here. Okay, so just got to get the number of brackets right. It can be good when you're embedding formulae. You see how I put 1 bracket and then another bracket in straight away, close the bracket straight away. That can help you find the right number of brackets. Good Turk, Kagan, welcome. Good to have you with us. Now, DC is saying the choose formula as well. The choose formula. Now, somebody else suggested the choose formula. It's not a formula I've ever used, I've got to say, choose. So DC, let me know in the chat what choose does, and I will definitely give it a go. So if, and let's go ahead and copy this across. Okay, so if equals 0, then we want 2, and if not, we want 3. Then do we want an additional bracket there? I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, so this seems to be working okay. So contestant chooses 2, the winning door is 1. So the host has to open 3 because the host can't open the door that the contestant's chosen, and the host can't open the winning door. Okay, 1 and 2 gives us 3. 1 and 1, so this would return a value of 3. Hitting the F9 key, 3 and 1 would return 2, that's good. 2 and 3 would return 1. 2 and 1 would return 3, yeah. Seems to be working well there. So yeah, as always with these modeling problems, it looks fairly simple. But then when you get deeper into the logic, the complexity is always emergent, as I was feeling there. DC says, okay, with the choose formula, let's just get this up on the screen quickly. With the choose formula, yeah, equals choose sum A2 to B2 minus 2. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to have to investigate this choose formula because a couple of people have suggested it to me. So let me know, guys, are you using the choose formula? And perhaps we'll even have a look at it during the series if I can, get on top of it. Okay, just one more thing. Let's look at the situation where the contestant chooses the winning door. Yep, so this situation. If the contestant chooses the winning door, you can go back to yesterday's stream. We're actually not going to use this cell at all. This cell doesn't matter because we're going to select a value from this cell. So to stop the confusion, I would like an NA to appear just like yesterday. You can see, let me hit the F9 key a few times. You can see, yeah, we've got not applicable appearing in this cell if it's not applicable, because in this case, the contestant didn't choose the winning door. So it's not applicable. So let's put another if formula in here, and we're going to embed the other formula, the previous formula, in this if formula, and then NA here. And there we go. Equals if, didn't quite get that right. Yeah, I didn't actually put any logic in there, did I? Okay. Yeah. So, and the rule has to be if, yeah, if this cell does not equal this cell, then we want to do that because the winning door is not chosen. And if the winning door is chosen, then we just want to have NA showing up here. Okay, how are we doing there? Looks good. There we go, yeah. So if the contestant does choose the winning door, then we just have NA shown. So it means one of these two columns is going to show NA. That's because at any given time, only one of these cells is going to apply, if that makes sense. So it just simplifies matters a bit and allows us to kind of trace the calculations through the model. Yeah, check out DC's formula. DC saying my formula is based on the door chosen by the host and the player, and just chose the third door, but can be modified. Okay, good stuff. 9 people with us. I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you're working along at home and trying to get it working yourself, because when it all comes together, it is a really powerful, really nice model. But let me briefly tell you about Members Monday. So Members Monday is our Excel VBA learning community. So if you want to make a long-term commitment to Excel VBA, move towards professional level, save so much time in terms of automation, create analyses that you never thought possible, just really simplify your life in so many ways, I would recommend, of course, our Members Monday learning community. Click join below this video to join. We've got a few members in the chat today. We've got Andrew and Nikki, who are part of our membership program. One thing we do is we do live streams weekly for Members Monday. You get a whole bundle of stuff these days. You get membership of a Facebook page, special bonus content, but the main thing is every Monday we have a live stream. So you get immediate access to 43 live streams. But you might be saying to me, but Chris, that's too many live streams. 43 live streams, yeah, you know, and I feel you. That is a lot of content. That's why we provide the content navigator. So for each week, I go through the content and I index it. So this means you can go in this file, and you get this file when you join Members Monday. You can see for any given week, what are the topics that we covered in that week. Now, all of these links, they're hyperlinks. So they'll take you to the video and they will link you to the point in the video where we're talking about that particular thing. And you can even we have a generator sheet in here, and you can even generate your own training plan. So if you want to learn about VBA error messages, this file is going to itemize all the times on Members Monday when we're spoken about those. You can click on the link here, and that will take you to the point in the YouTube video, the point in the stream where we're talking about that thing. So that is Members Monday. I would love to have you there. Click join below this video for more. And apologies today, we do have builders in the garden today, and they're doing some drilling, despite me asking them kindly not to use the drill at the present time. You might be able to hear them in the background. Good, so back into the Monty Hall model, and in the chat, Andrew says, couldn't you use data from cell E to do the NA portion of that function? Yes, we could. Yes, we could. So yeah, that's a good point from Andrew. Yeah, it would be a simplification, wouldn't it? So we could just say if column E, if cell E equals no, then this would come up as NA. So yes, the same logic, maybe slightly simpler that way. Liju says, I'm driving but listening to your course. Fantastic stuff, Liju. And listening in the car, I'm loving that. Good, so let's see if we can build a bit more of this model. You know, I'd say we're about halfway through this. So which door is opened by the host? So when you're doing Excel modeling, you need to really simplify matters. So I always say introduce more columns in order to have simpler formulae. So lots of people out there think long formulae are great in Excel. I don't. I actually disagree with that, because long formulae, they're difficult to understand, and Excel actually doesn't calculate very efficiently with long formulae. So I'd always rather have a few additional columns and shorter formulae. So we need to know, yeah, which door is opened by the host. Okay, so if this cell is yes, so has the contestant chosen the winning door, then it's going to be this cell here. If the contestant has not chosen the winning door, then of course it's going to be this cell here. So you're just kind of bringing together all of those calculations into a single cell. Okay, so door 3 is opened by the host. Hitting the F9 key now, does it look reasonable? 2, 1, and 3. So looking at columns C, D, and H at the moment. 1, 1, and 2, that's fine. 2, 1, and 3 is fine. 1, 1, and 2 again. 1, 3, and 2, 1, 1. Yeah, just doing my testing as I go along, and that looks reasonable enough. So if we've got which door is opened by the host, what might we want to know next? I'm just going to change the column width here for better display there. What might we want to know next? Well, we'll definitely want to know, it's up to us now, isn't it? So we've chosen a door, the host has opened a door. In this case, we've chosen door 2 and the host has opened door 1. So now we have to say, you know, do we want to decision? Do we want to stay or switch, which is the main decision, of course, in the Monty Hall problem. Let me know in the chat, what would you do in this situation? I know what I would do, and I did get it wrong. I have to say, I did get it wrong. So let me know in the chat, what would you do if this was your choice? And the decision, well, it can be stay or it can be switch. So how about a drop down menu here? I'm going back to the engine sheet here. And let's just have a stay or switch list here. And then we're going to say stay, and then we're going to say switch. Okay, we're going to use these values in a drop-down menu. Alt-A-V-V on the Windows PC, Alt-A-V-V. Or you can go to data validation just outside of your screenshot, and then data validation will take you to the dialog box. So we want a list, and then the source is going to be on the engine sheet, and the source means what values do you want to appear in this drop-down list. So B9 and B10 here. And then we've got a nice drop-down menu, so we can quickly say stay or switch. Stay or switch. Now, if we do that, that gives us our final chosen door. Okay, so how would we go about calculating that? Alt-HOW, sorry about the builders, by the way. Alt-HOW, then F4 is going to give me consistent column widths here. Alt-HOW, enter, and then F4 to repeat last action gives us those consistent column widths. Andrew's saying switch. Okay, so Andrew's going to switch his choice. So anybody in the chat staying? Or is everybody switching? I've got to say, when I first looked at this, I'll be honest with you, I was thinking I'm going to stay. I think I was thinking, yeah, I don't want to be manipulated by somebody else's inputs. You know, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to stay with my choice. Does that work? DC's got a meeting. DC's got to get going in 5 minutes, unfortunately. Which gives us the final chosen door here. Final chosen door. So how are we going to work this out? Well, if we stay, then it's fairly easy, isn't it? If we stay, then we're definitely going to take the original choice. And if not, let's just put switch in here as a placeholder. Okay, so that's the beginning of our conditional statement. Now, if we switch, then what's the logic going to be? If we switch, then it's going to be, so it's not going to be the contestant choice, and it's not going to be the door that was open. So it can't be the value in this cell, and it can't be the value in this cell. It must be the other value. So in this case, 3 was the contestant choice, and 2 is the door opened by the host. So it can't be 3, it can't be 2, so it must be 1. Okay, how to do this? How to do this? One thing I'm going to do again, because I'd rather have lots of short formulae and more columns, I'm going to put a column in here, and I'm actually going to repeat column C. I'm going to repeat column C. So why would you do that? I'm going to add a bit more clarity here by saying original contestant choice. Contestant choice, and then let's have original contestant choice repeat here. I just say repeat there, showing that it's just a repeated column. How do we get the same value to appear? Just with a simple equals here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and again, in this cell, I'm going to say if stay, final door choice. So it's going to get rid of this formula now, and then if switch, final door choice. Okay. So again, yeah, might seem like an excessive number of columns, might seem like too many columns, but this I've found is the best way to do Excel modeling, really getting down to the right level of detail, you know, and as I said, having lots of columns, lots of short formulae, that's the best way to have an understandable and an efficient model. And Nikki is also saying, Nikki's saying in the chat, yeah, that was my thoughts as well. Make a decision and stick with it. Okay, good. 10 people with us and 8 likes. Thanks for being with us today, guys. Really good stuff. So what's the time now? 28 minutes past. So let's try to complete at least one of these formulae. So if stay, if this cell equals stay, then it's just going to be our original choice. And if not, then that's where we can say NA, because it's not applicable. Now this is more difficult. If switch final door choice. Okay, so once again, we need that logic, which is we want the number that doesn't appear in this column, which is the door opened by the host, and isn't the original choice. Okay, so in this situation, I'll think, well, I've done that before in this model, haven't I? I've gone through that kind of pattern of thoughts and created a formula for it. And that was back in this cell here, which was the first one we did today, which is, if winning not chosen, the door opened by the host here. So I'm going to transport this formula, Control C and Control V here. So that brought this formula across, and then I'm going to just update the references by just dragging the boxes across. So this if switch, okay, going to update this as well. So the logic is now if the column J equals switch, we want to do that. And then drag these two across, just update these references. And that should give us what we need here. DC with some good contributions in the chat. I thought you were going to a meeting, DC. Just couldn't pull yourself away from the formula action. I understand, DC. Been there many times myself. So hitting enter now. Okay, so how about this? So we're saying, yes, we are switching. The original choice was 2. The original contestant choice was 2. And we're switching. So we can't switch to 1. The original choice was 2, so it has to be 3. Makes sense. Hitting the F9 key now. Okay, original choice was 2. The host opened 3. So we're switching to 1. Makes sense. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm looking at column L, column H, and then you could just look at column I actually, column I and column H. So the value in L can't be column I or column H. So 2, 3, and 1, 3, 1, and 2, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just doing 1, 2, and 3, just doing some testing there. Okay, there we go. So it seems to be working. Seems to be working so far. And yeah, I think we'll save, we'll certainly save a bit for tomorrow and for the rest of the week, but seems to be going reasonably well. So before tomorrow, you should absolutely see if you can complete this model. So what are the remaining columns? Should be fairly straightforward with it, really. But now we can say, are we winning or losing? Because this is our final door choice. And then, in fact, we're going to have one more column. Again, a column to bring the calculations together. Let's just say final door choice here. And we'll complete this tomorrow. And then win or lose. Win or lose there. If we have the final door choice, and the final door choice should bring together the calculations from these two columns, then we should be able to say, yeah, have we won or lost? And the logic for the win or lose column is, does the final choice equal the original winning door, which of course we generated there using RANDBETWEEN. So let me know. Any questions? Any questions, or will you be able to complete the model yourself? Really hope you'll be able to complete the model yourself and then hopefully get it all working before tomorrow. Once we've done that, once we've completed the model for one iteration, you know, we're talking about business simulation, and the beauty of a business simulation in Excel is we can run really any number of iterations. So we should also look tomorrow at scaling up the model, updating any formulae that need updating. I can see a couple. Can you see the problem with that formula? When we drag that formula down, something's going to be problematic. Actually, maybe I'm being harsh on myself. I think that formula will be okay, but we've got to check through all the formulae when we drag them down and effectively create multiple iterations of the model. Are we going to have any issues there? So that should give us a model with multiple iterations, and we should then be in a position to actually do some analyses. So that's part 2 of the Monty Hall problem. I'm still staying, but I've got a bad feeling about this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be right, but Excel is going to prove it one way or another. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow.